What it do? This is Gaming All back in the house one more again. All right, peeps, we're gonna go ahead and get right into this. Just a disclaimer, I got my smoothie, vegetable smoothie, but mm, pretty good. But anyways, we're gonna listen to something from Candice Owens. She's basically reacting to the whole Johnny Depp and Amber Heard situation. I'm not gonna say I'm a fan of her stuff, but lately she's been speaking some gems. I'm gonna do a video and I can find it of her talking about modern day relationships and stuff like that. So, but let's go ahead and get into this video. It's gonna be 9 minutes. I want to hear what she has to say before I react. I may stop. You know how it is. You know how us YouTubers do. You know how we do. Anyways, without further ado, shout out to me articles and tutorials and review. MTR. Let's get into this, peeps.
What's up, Instagram? Doing a live today because obviously there is a congratulations in order for Johnny Depp for prevailing in his defamation trial against Amber Heard. But more importantly, there is a congratulations in order to all of the women like me who, for the last, 4 years, have stood up to all of the attacks for refusing to back the Me Too movement, which has been an absolutely idiotic movement from the very beginning. And it really just, for me, it begs, out of all of the stupid movements, and for all of you people who jump on Instagram and Twitter looking for something to care about, like you treat every social cause like it's an ice bucket challenge. Like, you guys, like, I don't know, like, oh, thank you for nominating me to care about Black lives today. I'm going to post a black square. Blah. Thank you for nominating me to care about Ukraine today. I'm going to post a Ukrainian flag.
Hold on, G. Okay, first off, hold on. Hold on. Damn, she going. Is this subversive? Tupac hit him up. Hold on, she going in. Matt, first off, excuse my background, I'm about to start gaming. So, is this Tupac hit him up? The version of Tupac hit him up? Candice Owens hit him up? Hold the phone.
But more importantly, there is a congratulations in order to all of the women like me who, for the last, 4 years, have stood up to all of the attacks for refusing to back the Me Too movement, which has been an absolutely idiotic movement from the very beginning. And it really just, for me, it begs, out of all of the stupid movements, and for all of you people who jump on Instagram and Twitter looking for something to care about, like you treat every social cause like it's an ice bucket challenge. Like, you guys.
Hold on. Damn, she going in on y'all. She is going in on y'all peeps. I cannot agree more. You all will go online. This is how, I don't know what it is, but this is how bored you are. Now, people have... Woo! I didn't think I was going to stop it, but I had to, peeps. Now, I get flack when it comes to my dating life. When I tell people, when people find I'm a gamer, which I don't game that much, but when they find I'm a gamer, the first thing that they want... Listen, I get flack for that. But she's totally right. You all... Some of y'all, especially when it comes to women, I noticed this with women. I don't know, men don't do, as far as I know, they don't do too much of this. At least the men that I'm around. But women, they are online. I see them the most going online, trying to find some sort of cause to care about and get behind. And some of it has nothing to do with them. Black Lives Matter. You saw people... I saw more white people behind that movement than I did black people. I mean, I think there's still Black Lives Matter rallies happening all over the U.S. still to this day. And I was telling you, I've seen more white people than black people doing these rallies. And I think the organization of some of this stuff, it was crazy. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, well, what does white people got to do with, these Black Lives Matter movements? I mean, it's great that they want to support, but if they really want support, you really want to support, there are ways to do it, but marching is not one of them. But okay, let's continue. Woo!
Like, I don't know, like, oh, thank you for nominating me to care about Black lives today. I'm going to post a black square. Blah. Thank you for nominating me to care about Ukraine today. I'm going to post a Ukrainian flag, even though I can't even point to it on a map. Blah. Thank you for nominating me to put a mask on and take a picture and say, mask up, save lives. I'm going to do that because I'm an idiot and I just do whatever I find on Instagram that seems to be popular at the moment. Like, to you people.
Woo! She going in on y'all. She is going in on y'all. Oh. Church say amen. Listen to me. Listen. I'll be honest with you, and bless the Ukrainians, but the whole war thing tripped me out. You had people, first off, didn't nobody care about no damn Ukrainian. Nobody cared about no Ukraine. People didn't even know about Ukraine. The only reason why I knew about it is because there's a YouTuber that plays Final Fantasy 14 that was in Ukraine. When I heard that they had a war was about to happen, that's the first person I thought about. I was like, oh shit, we got a YouTuber, pretty popular YouTuber. Matter of fact, she plays Final Fantasy 14. I wonder how she's doing. So I went to her channel, and she kind of explained what was going on and where she was at and all that stuff. Anyway, get out of the point. But yeah, it's crazy to me because I feel like people they see something popular that's trending and they want to jump on the bandwagon. This is no different from back in the 90s where you would have a group of people that someone would do something trying to be unique and then everybody want to follow suit because they saw how that person was getting a reaction. Instead of trying to come up with their own unique style, their own unique flavor, they wanted to follow the bandwagon, as they say. Oh, she going in on y'all. And what's funny is that people don't even know anything about Ukraine or about why this war started. Go ask people. Go literally up to people and ask them, what do you know about the Ukraine war? We don't know the backstory or the context behind what's going on in Ukraine and Russia. I just found out when it started, Ukraine was a part of the Soviet Union. So technically they were supposed to be a part of Russia. But see, again, don't know the backstory, and people are very quick to just get on the bandwagon and, all of it. We don't know what's going on between Ukraine and Russia and why the war started in the first place. You just hear on the news that, oh yeah, Russia is just going in there, just doing whatever, and da-da-da-da. We don't know the context, right? Now, I will say that I don't think, especially in this time and age, that Russia should be invading any country. But again, we don't know context. And I find it odd that everyone is just... Anyways, I'm not going to get into that. Let me continue.
People who just never think, just never suspend yourself for a moment to think, right? And keep being proven over and over and over again that you're falling for fictitious narratives, falling for fictitious organizations, lining the pockets of predators, and supporting lies.
I got to say that. She's true. She's right on that. This Black Lives Matter thing. Matter of fact, I want to play that. I'm gonna watch the video first before I make another video. I may make another video on that. But she actually went and confronted I think it's the founder, or I don't know if it's a founder or if it's the leader of this whole Black Lives Movement organization, because it comes out that this person that's supposed to be over Black Lives Matter has bought, I think they said, I know she's living in a mansion, but it seems like she's bought like 4 houses with the money instead of donating it to your George Floors and the other people that were gunned down, the Candice something, that money's not going to those victims. Matter of fact, there was an interview a couple months ago that came out that basically stated that those families, George Floyd, especially George Floyd's family, have not seen a dime, peeps, a dime of that money that this whole organization was created for. They have not seen out one penny. They have not been in touch with anybody in that damn group. Matter of fact, when they did all the tracing, it comes back, and don't get offended, but it comes back that the Black Lives Matter organization, even though it's maybe ran by this black lady, it was actually, I think, two black ladies it was under, but then it's actually funded by some white lady that owns like different, she owns like different, I think, financial groups. So it circles right back around to it being basically funded by a white lady who had, and from what I saw from the report, she just basically just took it up because it generates money. Yeah, go watch that video. Go do your research because that Black Lives Matter, I was against the whole organization, period. I like the movement, but the organization is trash. That's all I'm going to say on that. But I digress.
Liars, because that's what the Me Too movement was all about from the very beginning. The Me Too movement trended with the hashtag Believe Women. Okay, a bunch of men out of nowhere were getting fired based off of allegations. Absent anybody ever exploring the details or observing the facts, people were just going, "Oh, okay, a woman said it, so we must therefore believe women." What? Believe women? Hashtag blanket believe women? Have you, maybe you guys live in a place, a fairy tale land, I don't know, where women are all wonderfully honest, and you didn't grow up with around the same toxic females that I went to middle school and high school with. I have seen, like, when it comes to lying, women do it in a way that men aren't even capable of. I have seen women do the grimiest things to their best friends, to their cousins, to their sisters. Like, and you want me to just one day pretend that I've never seen a woman do a bad act and just tell me hashtag blanket believe women? Half of the stories that were coming out made entirely no sense. I mean, Amber Heard is the first one, but do you understand how many men have been accused of being rapists and abusers that on absolutely meritless claims that actually fail to pass the common sense exam? Take, for example, Matt Lauer, right? I can't stand that man. Obviously, I'm conservative leaning, and I didn't feel bad when anything happened to him because the truth is that Matt Lauer, to me, at the end, got his karma. But the claims of him being a rapist, did you look at the details of the story? Some girl who worked at ABC, decides to sleep with the boss at the Olympics. She claims he raped her at the Olympics, but then when they got back from the Olympics, she proceeded to have a year-long affair with him, going all around the city, going to his apartment. You just decided to date your rapist for a year? Oh, but then Me Too started trending, and suddenly she wanted.
Listen. This is the thing. No offense to the people who actually have dealt with that. I know this is probably not gonna be. I'm not monetized anyway, but I'm gonna post this. Listen, peeps. Even in the dating scene, I can't tell you how many times that I've heard women say that they was raped by their boyfriends, which I think is kind of odd. Me personally, I think it's odd that you're dating someone for like 3-4 years, and then somehow or another they're able to rape you. We even look at the Tupac. Let's look at the Tupac. Go follow that. What's her? I forgot her name. Go watch her interviews. You can tell that she's lying. As a matter of fact, there's so many holes in her story. And on top of that, none of that makes sense. None of the details made sense, peeps. None of it. But women, for some reason, are, like she said, dating their rapists. You've been raped, but you continue a relationship with this person. You don't call the cops immediately. You don't tell your family members. But yet you continue on with life like ain't nothing happened. The Bill Cosby thing, the whole drugging thing, and he was raped me. I don't believe none of that. You wait 20, 30 years, 40 years. Let this man enjoy his damn retirement. Y'all should, if y'all was that damn hurt, y'all should have reported it the next freaking day. And this is why I don't like this whole narrative. There needs to be like a timestamp on when you can report certain crimes, and that's one of them. You don't wait 20, 30 years talking about, well, I would feel embarrassed and all this other crap. I think all that bullshit. I call bullshit on that. Cause I can't tell you how many men are right now sitting up in jail right now over false claims. And then the Amber Heard, Johnny Depp thing, I heard some of the details of that and watched some YouTube reactions, and it was a circus to me. Blatantly lie. And then she posts a picture trying to say that she had bruises and stuff. She posted a picture where she was bruised. There was no damn bruise.
A check from ABC, and she got the check, and that's it. Blanket, just believe her. I don't know. People, I guess, just start dating their rapists. I guess, like, let's not ask any questions. Can't stand Matt Lauer, but that's a case that needs to be examined. Kesha, honestly, she's number one. Okay, Kesha, the girl who jumped up in the morning and brushed her teeth with a bottle of Jack. Right? Every one of her songs is about partying. Suddenly, she wants out of her Sony contract. She accuses Dr. Luke of raping her, and she's put onto a platform, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, look at the photo of her crying in the back of the courtroom." Like, obviously, she's telling the truth because, like, she's crying in the back of a courtroom, and no woman could ever make this face. Unless she was telling the truth. Like,
Peeps, this is Tupac hit 'em up version. She is going in. You know what's funny? I think this has been out for a while. I ain't heard nothing from the women. Why are women not reacting to this? Why ain't y'all making y'all's TikToks about this? I ain't heard a peep from y'all. Oh my God. Tupac hit him up. Okay, let's go.
how basic are you guys? Like, no proof, no evidence, nothing. Just, she cried in the back of a courtroom, so everyone needed to believe her. And then what happened? She quietly, after getting all of this attention, performing at the awards, oh my gosh, she's amazing, she quietly dismisses her claims against Dr. Luke because she wanted to just release new music. So, like, yeah, no, he sexually abused me.
Listen, I'm going to say something. For years, and I'm going to make this bold statement. If you are a woman and you have been raped, okay, listen to me. Listen to me. If you're a woman and you've been raped, and you file charges, and then it turns out that you decided to settle out of court, that crime never happened. Think about it for a second. That crime never happened. Okay, listen to me. If someone were to kill someone close to me, my mom, daughter, whatever, I want justice. I want to see that motherfucker rot in jail, get beat up in jail. I'm not going to settle for $2 million after he took someone's life. I'm not going to do that. But you know what I will do, though? Since he brings it up, I'm going to make sure he gets convicted, and I'm going to sue his ass, his estate. So I'm going to have him rot in jail and get $2 million. We're going to do both. But when I sit there and hear women that drop charge, they drop the case against him, unless the DA does it for lack of evidence, because usually the DA will drop the case because of lack of evidence. But if the victim settles out of court, I already know that shit never happened. Because why would you? Because all they was looking for was a payday. They was looking for a payday because if he was that serious about him raping you, okay, you would make sure that he would be convicted. And when they offer you money, you say no, hell to the no. But you know what? Not only am I going to make sure you rot in jail, I'm going to sue your estate. And that's how you go about it. So I'm just giving y'all gems too, you know. If you hear people say that they've been raped and they settled out of court, decided not to pursue charges with that person, then you know why. Again, that's not assuming that the DA did it. I'm talking about if the actual victim drops the court case, drops the charges, and settles for and they always say undisclosed amount out of court. That crime never happened. But I digress.
I got the narrative out there that he sexually abused me, but now I'm going to quietly dismiss my case against him, even though like it definitely happened. But I just I want to move on with my life and I want to release new music. And also, don't forget, I was crying in the back of the courtroom. I remember I was doing this. We never do this unless you were telling the truth. What is wrong with the internet? Like, are people trying to be stupid on the internet? Like, is you just looking for something to do? Do you need a hug? Is that what it is? When a hashtag comes around, you just need a hug and you're just like, I love it. It makes me feel good. Hashtag me too. Me too was always a movement. And yes, there were a few exceptions. There are women that actually have been raped and sexually assaulted. I've always believed Rose McGowan. She strikes me as a different kind of person. I believe that something happened to her, right? But for the majority of these people, these were crazy women who had an opportunity to empower themselves. You had women that had a vengeance and wanted to get back at men that they couldn't stand. You had women that were at the bottom of their careers who wanted to climb to the top. And it worked. It worked. And so, yes, Amber Heard is the first, but she should not be the last. I hope that Dr. Luke prevails in his case against Kesha. I hope that that gets re-examined by the press. I hope that the Matt Lauer thing, that he sues people. I know that he quietly signed an agreement to leave ABC, and this was more of a corporate decision. But I can't stand him. You don't just call a man a rapist because you can't stand him. That's just not how it works, okay? Prostitution, by the way, oldest trade in the book. Suddenly we're acting like there aren't women who are actively sleeping with men because they want, I don't know, record deals or they want promotions. Like, are we all actually pretending like women are just these innocent little flowers that are walking around society? Again, where did you grow up? I would love to believe in that version of womanhood. I just want to know where you grew up, where you have not seen women do the grimiest, shystiest things ever to get what they want. Usually to get a guy. Half the time that I've seen things where I'm just like, wow, she was just sleeping with her best friend's boyfriend the whole time behind her back, but she cried in the back of the courtroom. It's very simple. Men lie. Women lie. Right? Both sexes lie all the time. Both of them do terrible things. You should never blanket believe women. You should never blanket believe men. You should never blanket believe anything but facts. Okay? When somebody makes an allegation, you should demand to see the facts. And then you should just do a little common sense test. Ask yourself if the facts line up, if they make any sense, Johnny Depp just didn't pass the smell test to me. You're telling me you got a man who's been married for over a decade. He's had all of these top, these girlfriends that are in the public eye. And just like at the age of however old he is, 50, he decides to become like a crazy abusive person. Like, wouldn't his wife who divorced him, divorces are never pretty, right? Wouldn't she be like, no, there was that one year when he was drunk that like he used to whoop my butt all the time. Like, there was just no one in the history. Johnny Depp strikes me as a drunk pirate. Really, honestly. I look at him and I think this brand is actually who you might be. I totally buy that he wasn't a sober person, but a violent person. He just was getting away with it forever. Just like raping and beating women with bottles, and there wasn't a single person that could testify that he put their hands on him.
Right.
Like on her. Like it just never passed the sniff test. You know what I mean? And I just am really saying this because I hope that going forward, as these various movements collapse, like Black Lives Matter, and we're seeing now where that money went. Certainly didn't go to Black communities, but darn if all your friends didn't post Black squares and demand that you do too. Exactly. As we're seeing the death of the Me Too movement, as we're seeing that all of these little trends, like more will come out about Ukraine, of course. We've just obviously laundered money through Ukraine. Obviously, we didn't leave Afghanistan and jump into Ukraine because our politicians are suddenly caring about Eastern Europeans, right? As all of these narratives fall, I hope that you pause and you consider the fact that you don't have to jump on a trend. Like, it's actually cool to be an individual. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing. You don't, like, it's actually super, super dope to not do what everybody else is doing. It's fun to say, like, you know what? I actually don't know anything about that, and so I'm going to keep my mouth shut. Like, maybe you're like me, you just like to garden and, like, I don't know, make some soups at home and watch your kids. You don't have to post a Black square. You don't have to use the hashtag #MeToo. And if you're a guy and you're going through the profile of a woman and you've noticed that she's both posted, like, I don't know, I love you, Dr. Fauci, mask up, save lives, hashtag me too, and a black square, don't date her. Just don't date her. Red flags for days. Doesn't have a brain cell. That's the last thing I'm going to say. Congrats to me and to all the women who never cared and to jump on the trend and could admit that women lie just as much and maybe even more than men do. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Listen. She dropped him up version. Oh my God, that she went in on y'all. She went in on y'all. Listen. All the comments. I mean, it's crazy. The comments. You know what? I'm gonna say something. We're already in June. I feel like that we're coming into this age of the truth coming out. The age of the truth is coming to the surface, right? So we see now that they got this not 9/11, January 6th panel that's assembled. And I think we're going to start seeing a lot of stuff pop up. A lot of things have been popping up that just they're coming out. It's almost like if you did some shit back in the day, best believe it's gonna resurface. It's gonna come in hard. I I agree with the Ukraine. I've not said anything about Ukraine. I don't even think I've even shared anything on my personal page about Ukraine because I don't know details. I don't even know the concept. I just think it's odd. You can't sit here and just tell me that Russia. Now, it was what 1991 that Russia, the Soviet Union collapsed. I don't even know if it even collapsed, but they basically created Russia, and then there was some other countries to the west of Russia. I just find from that point on up until, and I don't even know how long Putin been in power, what, 10, 15, 20 years? I know he's been in for a long time. So he just all of a sudden from that time on up until 2022. So we're talking about from 91, 92 to 2022. He decides to say, oh, I'm going to invade Ukraine. Fuck everybody else. Let's just invade Ukraine. Think about that that is weird. Why didn't he do it 15 years ago? I never heard anything about any plans of that happening. All of a sudden overnight he just invades. There was this I think this prelude for like maybe a year of them mentioning it. But again, something like you said, something else is going on. And like I said, the truth is gonna come. The Me Too movement, I'm gonna tell you something. I agree with Candice. It's trash. You know, women have lied. I've seen women lie on stuff, on people. Like I said before, people trying to blame Tupac as being a rapist. Go back, even when I was a kid, I didn't believe that. I didn't believe none of that. How many times have we heard Michael Jackson touching boys? But yet, I found it funny that there were still parents leaving their kids at his house or his ranch, I should say. I don't even think it was his house. It was his ranch. So I didn't believe that because I thought it was odd because, again, nobody was really coming out. Macaulay Culkin, I knew he was really close to Tupac, not Tupac. I think he knew Tupac too, but close to Michael Jackson. And it was weird because I didn't see him. As a matter of fact, I think he had made, like he came out and was talking about Michael Jackson, but he didn't say anything bad about him. And I thought it was weird that there was other people, again, that wasn't coming out about this information. I heard it on the news that, hey, these are these allegations, but nobody was doing interviews. I didn't see no proof. But yeah, and it's just, like Candice said, it's like when women get burned, get hurt, get scorned, they immediately want to zero in on, oh, he raped me. Look at the doggone Drake situation. That Drake situation is ridiculous. The hot sauce. Go look that shit up. That is I think I mentioned this on my video. It's crazy that you can't even. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got cameras right now in my place. Not that I have a lot of women over, but when I do, I have cameras, and I made sure that they work. In fact, I need to check them again, but I have cameras that record, and I will save parts of videos. That way, if they decide to act stupid, I gotta kick them out. They can't go to the police talking about that I raped them and all that other crap. It's to a point where men have to have cameras set up in their household. You have to have a camera, because if you don't, but you know what? Let me know what y'all think. You know, like I said, this to me, this was super crazy, super duper crazy. Yeah, let me know what y'all think about the the Me Too movement. I'm looking at, like I said, I'm looking at the comments, and yeah, everybody's pretty much on board with what she's saying. Like, I don't see nobody saying anything about anything. I don't see nobody coming in, because he just speaks the truth. Anyways, I'm out. Y'all take care. Peace, and I am gone.